Would you turn down a guaranteed $1 million for the slim chance at winning $5 million? Of course not. That's ridiculous. Who would turn down a guaranteed million? Well, the 4 contestants on the new Mr. Beast game show did. What has the game show landscape come to? Imagine great game show players from history like Boston Rob from Survivor or Johnny Bananas from the MTV Challenge shows. Imagine them watching the fools give up a cool million just to look impressive in front of a group of people that you've known for 2 days. Speaking of Survivor, if you make it to the end of that competition, well, the grand prize for surviving to the end is $1 million. And these 4 contestants on Mr. Beast games, well, they could have earned the same amount after only 2 days. Oh, it gets worse. If you did take the million, you'd still get to remain in the game and play for that $5 million grand prize. So what on earth were these contestants thinking? So this whole scenario played out at the end of day 2 on the new Mr. Beast reality competition show, Beast Games. The game started with 1,000 people all vying for the biggest prize in game show history, $5 million. And by the second day, half the contestant pool was eliminated. The remaining contestants had been divided into 4 teams to compete in 4 separate challenges. And at the end of those challenges, the contestant pool was whittled down even more. They thought the day was over. But no, that's when Mr. Beast informed the players that there was one last challenge for the day. See, each of the 4 teams was to choose a captain. Someone honest, someone trustworthy. The captain chosen for each team would stand up high on a platform in front of everyone, all the remaining players. Then the dollar amount on a big board behind them would start rising. And at any time as the dollar amounts rise, if any of those 4 captains hit the buzzer, they'd win whichever dollar amount was being offered on the screen. And they get to remain in the game. Now, the downside to this, well, all the players on the captain's team, the one who elected each captain to speak for them, well, they'd be eliminated. So let me get this straight. I get to eliminate some of my competition, and I get $1 million? You'd have to cut my hand off to get me not to press it. Mr. Beast was clearly shocked that no one took the money after the competition was over. He even said out loud, people watching at home are not going to think this is real, because who wouldn't take the money? Then Mr. Beast asked one of the captains why, and the guy says something like, you can't buy my integrity for $1 million, I'd rather win 5. What? Are you insane? It's a game show, a reality competition. That's the whole idea you go on these shows, to win money. And now let me just point out a cold hard truth that I don't think these players were thinking about at the time. By turning down the $1 million, that didn't necessarily give you a better chance at winning $5 million. You gave yourself an amazing chance to go home with nothing. And that's exactly what happened in the next episode. At least one of these 4 captains got sent home with nothing. So what are your thoughts? Am I all wrong on this? Should these 4 people be held as reality competition heroes for giving up $1 million? Or did they make possibly the worst decision in the history of game shows?